All right, well, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Well, today's project, it's that time of year when we need to start getting things ready for harvest. It's going to be here before we know it, and we need to get things serviced and greased and checked over and all that. So today we're gonna start with the combine. I think that's probably the most important thing right now. If we don't have a combine, you're not going to get the crops off. So we'll start servicing it. Actually, I already went ahead and started greasing it. Figured everybody's probably seen how you grease things, and a machine like this, you've got grease fittings everywhere, and you're climbing up and down and under and over, and to try to take the camera around to each spot, and I just figured it wasn't worth filming. So I did want to just note that I've got it probably about 99, well, I wouldn't say 99, maybe 95% greased. There's a few that I haven't got to yet that I got to lower the head down to get to, and I think there's one up there, the rotor screen, I got to get, but everything else should be taken care of. But right now I want to go ahead and try to get the oil changed in this. So I'm going to go ahead and get it started up, warm it up just a few minutes, and then we'll start draining the oil out of it and changing the filters and putting the oil back in it and all that good stuff. So we'll be back with you in just a second. Yeah, we'll let it warm up there just a few minutes. I don't know why, but when that thing sits for several months, that unloading auger just slowly drifts out of its cradle. Not quite sure what's going on there, but it doesn't do it when I'm using it on a regular basis. I mean, if it sits overnight, it doesn't budge at all, but when it's sitting there for like 3 months, it has a tendency to drift out a few feet. So anyways, we're gonna let that warm up, and then we'll drop the oil and start changing it. We'll be back in just a few. All right, we're back. Let the engine warm up there for a few minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start dropping the oil out of her. And we'll make our way on up to the top. Start servicing the top part, get the engine oil back in it and filters. This is always the hard part. Oh man, she's on there tight. Hey, you can put those things on just very little snug, and I don't know how, but they just seem to tighten themselves up. Oh man. There, I think we got her. This, I believe, holds about, that's a swivel, I guess, 5 gallons of oil. But I'd like to put it between 2 buckets so it's not so full. Alright, well, I don't think you need to sit there and just watch oil drain, so I'll bring you back as soon as I head to the top to work on the engine. Alright, well, we're up here topside at the engine. Of course, they don't make anything easy to get at. I need to change this hydraulic filter and obviously the oil filter. The hydraulic filter, I can get a little bit of a pan under it, but not completely, so I got some rags stuffed around it. But I remember in the past, when I changed it, I'm pretty sure the oil just keeps coming. It won't stop. Let me straighten you up there. A good spot. It won't stop flowing, and I've looked everywhere and there's no shut off on the hydraulic oil. Again, I don't know why they wouldn't have that. So if like I said, if I remember right, it just keeps coming, so I gotta get myself prepared here and ready to swap it quick. Get this up. Oh man, that's what I'm afraid of. There's an oil gasket. I'm guessing So you can go on like that. Get this all, set that there somewhere where it's not going to fall over. I need to invest in a big filter wrench. I don't have one anywhere near this size. Should get one. These machines, they keep getting bigger and bigger. Doesn't help if this ladder's in the road. Or if this sucker moves. Now it slides up. It's got a pin in here. Aha. That helps. She comes. Yep, here she comes. Come on. Man, this is just a bad setup. Come on. I don't understand why it does this. Come on. I've already got oil running on the ground. Can't get my hands. Oh my gosh. Well, I've got oil running everywhere. What a bad setup. Well, you guys got to see stuff that happens when it comes to tell if the old one. Looks like the old one's still on there. Yeah. Well, it looks like this is gonna be getting a bath. And everything. I just can't believe they do something like this. I'm surprised it stopped running. I had rags laying down here, but they're soaked. Top soaked. What a mess. What a mess. Oh. It's slippery now. Can't even grip the filter. Not get in here to get a grip. Of course, there's hoses in the road. I thought we were starting. I am slipping and sliding around here. That's gonna do much. What a mess. Whew. Not an an easy thing. And I haven't even tackled the engine yet. Well, I got a somewhat dry rag here. I'm hoping I can. Yep, definitely gonna need a bath again. I clean it off when I'm done at the end of the season. Gotta get all this oil off, that's for sure. Wow. I don't even know how I'm going to get that oil pan down. It's clear full. Well, I'll bring it back whenever I get this mess cleaned up.
You did anything else wrong with Massey Ferguson?
No.
These big wrenches go in with the pipe wrenches.
Yeah.
Isn't it coming in?
Alright, we should be all set. Alright. Not seeing any leaks. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I got oil down there, but I don't know if it's from this or from when I changed it. Let's check the oil. It could use just a touch, but not much. I probably will just leave it right where it's at. Even though I know it's just a skosh low. And I don't like that.
Why?
Because it seems like it's leaking there.
What happens if it's leaking? Would the combine catch on fire?
Possibly run out of oil. Alrighty, well, we had a little issue here with the oil filter. So I put the oil filter on, which was right here. Filled everything with oil. Started the machine up. We had an oil leak around the filter. So I tried to tighten it, and it tightened a little, but not much. Tried it again, and it still leaked. So I took the filter back off, examined it, see what, what might be the problem is. Didn't know if it didn't seat right or if the gasket on the end was buggered up. Didn't really see anything. Put it back on. Tried it again. Same deal. So I kind of came to the conclusion it had to be the filter. And I use Napa filters. I never had a problem with them in the past. So went to Napa, took the filter along. I took the old filter along. Now, the filter that was on it and the filter that I put on it had the exact same numbers. They were identical. But the top, where it kind of screws onto the head of the filter base, was just a little bit different. But the numbers were the same. So I was puzzled, so I took it back into Napa, explained my story, and then they informed me that the previous filters that we always got from them were made by Wix. They recently switched to another company, and yes, it's the same number, it's the same design, they're just a little bit different. But for whatever reason, it will not work on my filter base. It just, I don't know why, but it's leaking. So they got me another filter. It's a totally different number, but it's supposed to match up the same as the other. And this is a Wix filter. And looking at it, it has the correct, you know, it looks just like the old one that I took off. I don't have the other one with me at the moment, but the other one had a lip right here. It came up about, I don't know, a ½ inch. And the only thing I can think is that little bit of a lip was bottoming out on that filter base and was not allowing this to seat clear tight, is the only thing I can think of. Because the gasket itself looked good. It didn't look like there was any issues there. But I could not, for the life of me, get it to stop leaking. So hopefully this is going to solve my problem, at least for this year. But, you know, going forward, I'm going to have to watch what filters I get, because eventually, you know, I could order this number next year and it may not be the Wix brand, even though the number is the same. They kept the numbers all the same, but they just got a different company now making filters for them, and I do not remember that name that they told me it was. So I guess that's something for you guys that may deal with Napa on filters. Kind of keep that in mind. They've switched filter companies, and you may or may not experience any issues with it. So anyways, we're going to get some oil in this and get it threaded back on, and let's see if we can't stop this leaking. We'll be right back. I got my head in your road where you guys can't see. Over here. I'm not liking this. All right, I got her tightened up. I'm gonna start it up. You guys let me know whether it starts leaking or not. All right. You guys see any leaks? I didn't run it very long because I was afraid if it was going to leak. You know, you can empty a motor out pretty quick, so. Doesn't look like it's leaking. So, I will start it up and run a little bit longer. So, I just wanted to make sure we didn't have any major thing going on here. Alright, well hopefully that resolves our whole filter issue.